Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? The moment we've all been waiting for, I finally finished the social media hub. Is what I've been calling it. This system is a beast. It literally does everything for you. It researches trending keywords. It gets news articles based off of like voice or text to Telegram. It does research for you. It takes RSS feeds and scrapes like news sources so you can get tons of content, out for your social media. And then it writes all your social media content totally based off of prompts that you set, and it even posts to all the platforms of your choice. So this thing is so powerful. It probably looks tiny on your screen. It looks tiny on my screen. I'm just going to walk you through everything it does, kind of how it's built at a high level. I'm probably not going to go super detailed into everything because there's a lot here, but I really want to show you how powerful the system is and kind of what it can do for you and how it's built, and just kind of, really how fun it is. I had a lot of fun making this. So I'm excited to share it with you guys. So basically, there are kind of like four main sections to this. This top section is kind of like inputs from Telegram. So all the things that you can do from Telegram. The first thing, you can scrape keywords. You can send a specific URL to it if you're reading an article and you think that's really interesting. I should probably talk about this later. And it'll kind of like store this for you in a database. You can send it like text message or a voice message that either just says like, hey, like I overheard so-and-so talking about whatever this thing is. And the system will research that topic for you to kind of enrich the data, and then again, store it in the database for you to come back to and look at later. And so I'm going to show you exactly how the database is built. It's all built in Airtable. And so I'll show you how that's built, where you can store your prompts, kind of how that whole flow works. And then the second section is another input section. Just to scrape news sources based off of RSS feeds. And so if you don't know, like an RSS feed is basically just a whole list of news articles out there, like specific to your niche. You can either use ChatGPT or Claude to like grab these sources or do a Google search or kind of create your own. Basically, this will just loop through a bunch of articles and kind of, again, summarize them and store them in the database for you. From there, this AI agent does all your social media copywriting for you. I'll show you how to tell it, kind of which you have total control over, kind of like which social media platforms you want to post to, and kind of like and write for whether or not your posts get images or don't need images. This kind of does all the thinking and all the writing and all the work for you. And then over here, this is just posting to your different social media platforms. I currently only have this set up for X and LinkedIn. But there's space here if you want to add Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever. I don't personally use those platforms as much, or didn't need it for this in the same way. But there's space there for you to set this up. So this is like, obviously, if you look at it, like this is a pretty advanced system. And so if you are like new to N8N, kind of these no-code tools or automations, I honestly would not suggest starting with this. There's a lot to it. It's not, I will leave a link in the description where you can download this. And basically, I'm going to show you in a new scenario. Basically, if you kind of come up to these three dots and click import file here, and you just open up this JSON here, give it a second to load, and the entire system will basically pop in for you. So I will leave a link in the description where you can download this. But if you can see here, when it comes in for you, like these are all the missing connections, right? Like for every single one of these platforms, OpenAI, Telegram, ChatGPT, Claude, whatever, and all your social media platforms, like you will need to connect these yourselves using your credentials. So if, the N8N has tons of documentation on how to do that. But if you're not familiar with it, this again is a pretty advanced system and does take some setup. So, maybe don't start here, but if you want to kind of break this down and get through it, this is a really, really cool system. And I think it's really powerful. So let me kind of just show you how this first section works, because I think it's really interesting. So the first thing you can do is you can scrape keywords. And so I set up a Telegram bot, and literally, let's just run this. Click here, and if you come into Telegram and you can type keyword, and let's say ChatGPT, and so anything after the word keyword, basically it's going to search for you. So here you can see it's split up. It's searching Google Trends here. And then if we pop into our Airtable database and we come into the keyword section, you can see all the research that it's doing. And look at all these variations of ChatGPT that people are searching for. ChatGPT app, ChatGPT.com. et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just kind of scraping a whole bunch of records for you based off of what's trending on Google right now. And it gives you the search volume, the competition index, and the trend score. And I just kind of have this Airtable database sorted by trend right now, just to kind of see what the highest trending content is right now if you want to create content based off of that, or maybe you want to go off of search volume. It's really up to you. You can do this with any search terms related to your niche. Like maybe we could do like keyword, want to make sure that's spelled correctly, make money online, something like that. People love to make money online. And you can come here and now you can see that again, this is kind of doing the scraping process. It's kind of searching through this and it's continuing to add these, fields in there. So again, this is a great place to start to creating content, figuring out what's trending. The next thing this Telegram input can do is you can just give it an article. So like say we're like reading about, ChatGPT introduced new image generation. If you haven't heard about it at this point, I don't know where you've been. It's been all over the place. The images are really incredible. But if you come into Telegram, you can just paste a link to an article and it's going to send this through. Oh, okay. I got an error. So I actually was wondering what that was because it's just a simple HTTP GET request. And I actually think it's because the OpenAI blog just like doesn't want you scraping it that way. So that's kind of interesting. So if I just type in like AI news, let's try to find another article that this might work with. So we can try this one here. Just going to copy that, test the workflow on Telegram, paste this back in here. You can see what's going to happen is now this is going to go through. It's going to get the article. It's going to convert this to Markdown. This little ChatGPT node is summarizing the article, and then it's kind of creating the record in Airtable for us. So if we come over to social posts now, we basically have this that says Nintendo Switch 2 leveled up. It gives us the source headline and just kind of like a summary for the article. It even gives us a link to the article here in case we want to view it. We can just click the button. It'll open the article back up. And we have access to this. And so clients like really love this. Like I've been selling a system like this to my clients, and it's really powerful because this database is created in a way where they can see everything. Clients really like to have control over their systems. They like to know what's going out. They like to know what platforms they're going to. They want to be able to approve their content before it actually gets posted to their platforms. You can see we have a little approval status over here for them. And so this is like set up in a really nice way, that will make your clients love you for sure. So the next thing that this can do, again, this is all just via Telegram. Like this is so insanely powerful, is that we can just send it a text, right? And so we just had a thought this week. We were talking to a friend. We heard something cool. There's like something trendy right now that we want to talk about. We heard on the news is blowing up. And so we can say something like this, like ChatGPT released a new image generation model. What's up with that? And we can go ahead. Basically, you can see this is going through here. This is researching that topic for us to get additional information, just from the web, just to kind of see what's going on. It's going to summarize that research for us, and then it's going to come over here and it's going to store this in our Airtable database as well. It's going to give us the headline. It's going to give us the summary, and it's even going to find another article for us that's relevant, and it's going to include a link here. So now we can see just some more information about it, just so we have it, right? Just for reference in case we want to see it. And we have a little summary. OpenAI has integrated advanced image generation capabilities into ChatGPT, et cetera, et cetera. And so again, this is just a starting point, right? So now we have sources for kind of like what to create, our social media posts about. These are relevant articles. These are in the news. These are trending. Instead of texting to Telegram, you could talk to it. I could have asked the same question just via voice, and it would go through the same process. So that's really how this kind of like first of 4 sections work. Again, even just this little Telegram flow is super, super powerful. It gives you a lot of access to everything you need. Next section is the RSS feed. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and I'm going to change this limit up here because I know I'm going to encounter some errors, or not errors. I'm just going to encounter duplicates, which is really how the system is set up. So if I just run this once, basically what this is doing is this is scraping some RSS feeds that I've set up. It's looking through every one of those feeds and getting the articles. And then it's going through here, and based on however many articles I set this limit to, it's just going to pull those articles. And this is set up in a way to filter out any articles that already exist in your database. So you're not getting duplicates over and over again. It's just getting new sources for you. And it's going to summarize these articles over here. And again, now it's going to, store these here. So we have these 3 new entries, right? ChatGPT delays its news image generator for free users. Google says Gemini 2.5 Pro is its most intelligent AI model yet. And you can now use GPT-4 to generate images within ChatGPT. So again, a lot of common themes. People are really talking about this. This is basically just set up with these RSS feeds in this RSS feed node. And so it's going to look through all of these. It's going to get all the articles in the feed. You can see if we zoom in here that basically like this went through all 3 feeds and it actually pulled 90 items. And I just limited this down to 6 because I didn't want to go through the process with all 90 of them. But obviously you can set this as high as you want and it'll filter out all the duplicates and store this for you. And so again, like you can see why this is so powerful to get trending content. So now is the next coolest part, maybe the coolest part of the system, is the AI agent social copywriter. So this part is designed to write all of your copy for you. And the way this works is this is based off of this database. And so what it's doing is it's looking for that this status is waiting for content, because we don't want to write content for anything that's already been written or approved or posted, right? We just want it for new stuff. And so these articles are new. And so we can come in here to the social channels and now we can select any number of social channels that we want to write for. So we can either just like select like, hey, I just want a Twitter post for this one. Great. But maybe for this one, I want a LinkedIn post and I want an Instagram post. And you know what? For this one, I also think, maybe for this Twitter post, I say, yeah, like I want an image generated. But maybe for LinkedIn and for Instagram, I say, no, like I don't need an image. Like that's cool. And this last one, maybe we'll come down here and we'll just say, I want a blog article, right? We'll just select one. And so this gives you all the flexibility to say like, which channels do I want? And do these need images? And again, this is really good for clients. Clients love being able to select kind of where they're writing to. So basically what happens here, you just come in and click test workflow. And I have these all set to run on a schedule. You can schedule this to run every day. I recommend actually stacking these, kind of like staggering these, like just run these one after another, like separated by like 10 minutes or something. So what's going to happen is you'll get new sources. You can come in every morning. You can kind of like set like what you want, which channels you want to write for and if they need images. And then later in the day, this will get written. And then, however frequently you want, you can schedule this to post to your channels too. And so you can see how the staggered approach allows you to do everything. So basically the AI agent is going through here and it's getting all of your items. And basically it's just going to loop through every one of the Airtable rows, like so every one of the sources. So it'll start here, right? And it'll just kind of like go through this. It'll see which channels do you want to write for and if it needs an image, and it'll write for those channels. It'll create an image if you want to create an image. And then it'll store that back in the Airtable database. And then it's going to do that for every single one of the sources that you set. So right now I'm just calling the FLUX image generator using GoAPI. I think probably in the next couple of weeks, I will switch this out for the new ChatGPT model, which the image results are better than anything I've seen, even better than Midjourney, in my opinion. And, they haven't released the new image model to the API yet, but once they do, I'm for sure just going to plug that in. It streamlines a lot of stuff because like you don't have to have access to all these different platforms or do these like weird HTTP requests to generate images. You're just going to be able to do this right here inside of ChatGPT. I think it's going to be really easy and pretty cool. And so if I come into here, now we can go into this and it says, here's my Twitter copy. Nintendo just leveled up console gaming with the Switch 2. New NVIDIA powered beast delivers 4K gaming, ray tracing, and mind-blowing 10K graphics. Can traditional consoles survive in an era of AI enhanced gaming experience? And then it actually created an image prompt for us. And then if we come in here and see, we've actually created this image that, again, I'm just using FLUX, which doesn't have text down great. But this is definitely the Nintendo Switch. It says NVIDIA over here, which is pretty cool. And so again, I think once we swap this out for the new ChatGPT model, which like is really adherent to prompts, I think we're going to get some really cool results for this. And if you come over here, you can see this just popped in now for our next post, right? We have our LinkedIn copy based off of some of my writing frameworks, and we have copy for Instagram. These are just based off of best practices for each platform. And so the way the system works, which is pretty cool, is that I have a separate tab for all your writing prompts, right? So here's the prompt that we use for Twitter, and here's the prompt for LinkedIn. And the reason that this is so powerful is that basically the AI agent is just going through and it's grabbing these prompts every time, depending on the platform. So if we had said like, yeah, I want a Twitter post, it's going to grab the Twitter prompt. If we say we want a LinkedIn post, it'll grab the LinkedIn prompt. And this is powerful for you. This is powerful for your clients. It gives you flexibility. If you want to update, your tone of voice or the way you're writing for any of these platforms, you can just come in here and make changes to these prompts directly. And then the next time your AI agent goes to get to work writing stuff, it's going to write based off of the new prompts and the new guidelines that you gave it. And the last one finished, if we come down here, ChatGPT delays this new image generator for free users. And the only thing we selected was blog, and we said no image. So if we come down here, we have a full blog post in markdown format. Here's the title, here's the headers, and this is kind of broken up into sections with bullet points and bolding and kind of like numbered lists and things like that to keep it dynamic. And so again, this is just based off of the writing prompt here in blog. This is a really basic prompt that I use. If you want to change this, you can change this to whatever you want, to something that makes sense for you. So this is pretty cool. I'm really happy with that. And the last thing that this does is basically once you're done with this and you kind of like have reviewed everything like we just did, you're going to get this thing that says needs approval. And so what you got to do is like, you're happy with it. And we say, yeah, like, cool. Like a Nintendo Switch, like this is great. Like I definitely approve this to post, and let's approve, this ChatGPT one also. And we did a LinkedIn post and Instagram. Again, I didn't link up Instagram in here, but you can do that. So what this is going to do now is I'm just going to run through this, and it's going to run, and it's going to search through every item. Okay, so I actually have to do a little bit of troubleshooting, but I just added this loop over items node. And what this does is it's basically just going to take every record in Airtable that we've approved and go through them one at a time, rather than all at once. I was getting some errors up here when trying to get the images over to Twitter, because it was actually trying to grab multiple images at once or from multiple image fields, and they just didn't exist because not everything has an image or goes to that node. So basically now if I go ahead and test this, we can see this is going to work. It's going to run through. It's going to grab the image post to X. It's going to grab the Twitter post, the LinkedIn post here. And we kind of had two that were approved. You can see now these are both set to posted, and it gives us the date that's posted. And if we come over to my Twitter account here, you can see that 14 seconds ago, Nintendo just leveled up with our Twitter content and the image. I'm just going to delete this. And if I pop over to my LinkedIn account, I can come in here, and now I have this text only post that's kind of running for LinkedIn. So that's exactly how the system works. If you thought this video was cool, please subscribe to the channel. Again, I'll leave a link in the description where you can download the workflow just to pop into N8N yourself. And if you want me to do a deeper dive on how every single one of these nodes works, really get into the details, please let me know. And definitely check out this video up here about how I built a beginner AI agent. If you're new to AI agents, that's a great place to start. See you over there.